Let's go and get these. Here they are, right in front of me. What am I talking about? All right, we've already dug the holes, and let's get them out there. It's early enough. What are you fussing about? Huh? You fussing about something. You want to come out too. That ain't gonna happen. That is not gonna happen this morning. Got the water going early in the morning. Maybe 7:30, maybe. I already dug my holes and I decided to bring you out here. As y'all can see, I did another row. So this is what I do early in the morning when I feel like it. Any time of the day when I feel like it, I go ahead and get my plants in. So let me set you up and let's get to it. Dirty. Oh, and I found out what this is. This is snowball, I think. So I'm almost through snowball and going into amazing. Hopefully I can tell the difference when they come up because, I didn't do a delineating line. I just kind of marked them as I went along. So we've already got in the rober. Then we moved into the snowball. We're halfway through the snowball. And now we're getting to the amazing, which is smaller. I could tell the difference. So let's go. By the way, this is not a skirt. This is a skirt. I have shorts under here. Okay. Just saying. I didn't put down any blood meal or bone meal in those 2 rows. So I have to put down some fish emulsion. I have to do something, or I can side dress it. Guess I will side dress it because I forgot again. So let's go and get some blood meal and bone meal, and I'll just attempt to get it in. I need to put some pants on them. These mosquitoes are biting me up, so let me go and get some pants and some fertilizer. Well, it's about 10-15 minutes later, and I I had to stop. I went and put on my pants like I said I was, and then I was like, I have no energy. Let me go ahead and get some cocoa. It's not technically fall yet, but I can still do that, right? I'm grown. Put my tam on my head. This is what I do. There we are. I feel much better. Here is covered. So I was talking to you the other day about slowly getting your stuff in, and you can see that I practice what I preach. If I need a break, I do. I get a break. I'm working for me. That's the difference. I know that when I was in the industry working, two different jobs I worked, well, multiple jobs I should say. But I was on somebody else's time, and I always felt like somebody was watching me, and they were, especially during the lockdown, they were tracking, how much you moved your mouse, and there's some foolishness going on. They were tracking you though, most likely, if you work from home. So I don't feel the pressure that I felt back then. I don't know how I didn't get HBP, high blood pressure, because I was under a lot of stress. But one thing that I did almost consistently throughout my careers was go to the gym and work out and just get all my frustration out on the either elliptical or some weights, or I did something fun to counter what was happening at my job, because man, sometimes I was working till like 10 o'clock at night, but I always took time to do something that I enjoy, even if, and most of the time it was physical, like I'd walk. Sometimes I just stop what I was doing, take my dogs and go to the park and walk for 2-3 miles, come back and do my work. I had to. That's how I survived a lot of the stressful situations I was in. I kept active. And now that I'm working for myself, I have to keep it up. Once your body gets used to something, you gotta keep doing it. You gotta do something. And I don't go to the gym anymore because I was like, I don't know. I just got, maybe if they bring one closer to the house that's a decent gym, maybe I'll join again. But I was spending, how much did I spend for that gym in Austin? Lifetime Fitness, which is a very nice, very, very nice gym. And I was in Goals, and then I went to the purple one. What is it? The one where no judgment zone and all that. I liked Goals the best. Tell you the truth, I went to Goals for years and years and years. I mean, and then Lifetime was just so beautiful, but it was so far. If they bring a decent gym here to within 5 miles of my house, I'll go. But I'm not gonna drive 15-20 minutes or more in traffic to try to get to a gym. I'm just not gonna do it. Not gonna do it anymore. When I was working in the inner city of Austin, I passed by the gym, so I didn't really have a choice. I drove by like several gyms. Planet Fitness was the purple one. I drove by, several gyms, and there's no excuse. All I had to do is veer off, stop, change my clothes, go work out, and then continue on home. It was very easy, very easy. No excuses for that. But now, when you retire, you think that you need to slow down. And the thing is, you better not. Don't just sit there. Once you say I'm retired, and people got this idea that retired people have money. You have half. They give you, if you're lucky, you get half, 50%. And that is a huge pay cut. Now, the only positive things with that is that they don't take out a lot of the things that they used to take out, unless you want them to, like insurance, union dues. What else do we have to pay? We have to pay into our retirement. All of that stuff stops when you retire, but you get half. You're not gonna make as much money. A lot of people say, I can't wait till I retire. And then they get the awakening that they're making half of the money they used to make. There is no more overtime. I was on salary at the end. There is no more overtime. You get what you get. And so if you get, and it doesn't, so most of the time it doesn't increase very much. So if I was getting paid $1,000 in 2003, I can't make it on $1,000 now because of inflation. So factor that in. Save as much as you can. I need to start practicing what I preach, because shoot, You know, they make those credit cards so simple, and you look at it and one day you're like, okay, I can manage that. And then you look at it again and you're like, oh my God. Now the ones that I keep open, the ones that I own, I don't think I've ever closed them, was the big box stores, because sometimes things break down in your house and you don't have the money to fix it. And those are cards that you can't use anywhere. You can't use them anywhere else. So you're not tempted to go on Etsy, the Amazon store, or to eBay, because you can't use those cards there. Those cards are purposeful cards. That's why I like them, even though they're the interest rate is almost 30%. They're really high. But those are emergency cards that you are not as tempted to run up unless you absolutely have to. And that's for homeowners. If you have a home or a homestead, I think that having one of those cards is, or Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply Tractor Supply, can you use their card anywhere else? I don't have that card, so I don't know. But I know at the blue box store and the orange and brown black store, you know, those two, you can't use their cards anywhere else, which makes you more disciplined, I think. I'm not pushing it. That's just my opinion. Just know that their percentage rate is extremely high. Extremely. It's almost like, what is it, rent to own? I almost did that one time. I remember our washing machine broke down. Washer and dryer. Gone. And back then it was Sears. We went to Sears and we didn't have any credit history back then. And having no credit history is just as bad as having bad credit history. Nobody wants to give you anything. So we went to Sears and they would only give us like a couple of $100 maybe on a card, just to start a card. We took the card, but we couldn't use it because we couldn't get what we needed from that card. It wasn't clothes we were buying. We needed a washer and dryer. So I remember I was at Fort Knox, and we was in Radcliffe, because I think Sears was in E-Town, Elizabethtown. And we drove by this used appliance store. It said, washers and dryers, new and used. We went in there, and that old man, he said, you don't have to give me all the money because I know y'all don't have it, because we did not have it. He said, how much can you, this is why I like small towns. And I'm getting emotional, because they will help you. You go to New York, they've been scammed, or they think everybody's a scammer. They're not going to help you as much. We went to that old man who did not know us in Radcliffe. He gave us a washer for, I think they were $100 each. I think they were $100 each, or $190 total. And we had to go and pay him. And he said, you all just give me this much every month. I forget how much it was, but it wasn't very much until you get it paid off. And I said, then we were like, well, do we have to pay for delivery? He said, no, ma'am. No, sir. We're going to take it to your house. We're going to hook it up for you. And y'all just make sure you come and you pay us, or I'm going to have to come and get my property. So we signed our little contract. It was basically a bill of sale. And he said, amount paid and amount owed on the bottom. And he circled it. And back then it was carbon paper. So he took his little copy and we took our copy. Man, that washer and dryer lasted 10, 12 years, maybe longer. It was a used washer and dryer. It had rust on it. That man fixed that washer and dryer, hooked it up, and we couldn't afford the best. We had to pick the worst because we didn't have any money. And that thing lasted forever. You know how many washers and dryers I go through that have been new that I had to replace? Man, you know what? I don't think it broke down. I think we got tired of the way it looked and we got bougie and we bought a new one. As a matter of fact, yes, it did not break down. I was just tired of looking at that ugly thing. Anyway, I took my break and I'm drinking my little cocoa. So I'm going to finish this cocoa and then we're going to go outside, all right? All right, and I'm back. I think it's been an hour and a half. Come on, Philly. So she stepped on my foot. What's wrong with you? Don't say, yeah, don't be all, look at her. Acting like she didn't do nothing. She stepped on my foot on purpose. She does it all the time. Let me see. Let's go in here and get this little pail. We're gonna side dress it. Okay. Uh-oh, my bone meal fell down. We are gonna side dress it. I got my fish emulsion right here. Right there. You know. Try to do things consistently, right? It's one thing to make the mistake once, but I did it twice, 2 rows. So we're gonna try to remedy it. This wind is blowing a little bit this morning. Oh, I still got the water on. Let me turn this thing back off. I gotta turn you the other way because the sun is out now. See that? Sunshine almost always makes me happy. Giving you all the oldies but goodies today. Why you do that, girl? You need this hand to be clean. One down, one to go. I feel like I'm playing in mud pies. Lord have mercy. And I forgot to scrape my hand on soap. That's a trick to keep your nails clean. I ain't do it today though. So I'm gonna pay the piper. Be fighting the cleaning under my nails. All right, so that's done. How much do I have? I have about 4 or 5 plants here. I'm gonna wash my hands off because I really don't like this look. I don't like having a bunch of, I like to have my hands in the dirt, don't get me wrong, but I don't like mud. I like dirt to be loose and dry, not this. So I'll be right back, okay? Get myself together. All right, so we only have a few more. Let me go and count, and I'll just dig my holes and we'll get them in there. Let's see. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. 5. I'm so happy. That is easy. That's easy. So let's go ahead and dig the holes, and we're gonna put the fertilizer in there. I'm not gonna forget this time, and we're gonna get this done real quick, real quick. Closer. Little bit in each hole. Whoa. That's two. And I got a dwarf plant here. Oh Lord, what was that scream about? Uh-oh. Look at that little one. I'm planting. Give it a chance. Opportunity to thrive. My last one. In the interest of saving water, I put it in a pail so I could water the tomato plants I planted a couple of days ago on the other side, just to make sure that they have enough fertilizer in there. So, bring you down. Let's talk about this while I'm washing my hands off. First of all, there's a new thing that I learned. If you scrape your nails on soap before you come out here, it's easier to clean your hands. I wish I had done that this second time because look at that. That's gonna be hard to get out. Hard to get out. But it's all right. Live and learn. Take this hose and I'm gonna put it in that trench over there. You think I would have learned my lesson by now? I brought my fish emulsion over here though. That was one good thing. I'll turn off that water in a second. It's filling up the trench quickly. That's one good thing about trenching it, making hills, is that you can water from the side. That trench is gonna fill up like a little stream, and the water seeps in on both sides. So it seeps down, but it seeps across also. Here I am fighting with these nails again. Let me show you what I'm talking about in reference to trenching. So the last three I did not trench. The first one, you remember I flipped it over? Let me show you why. And this is how I was taught as a kid when I went to school for agriculture and horticulture. They always told us to hill it, always. We did some other things though. We used we broke it up and hold it down, and probably killed every worm in that bed, but they grew. Everything grew there. So let me show you what's happening with the trenches. I like the trench method. I just did not feel like doing it on the last, what, 3 beds. So let's go look. What trenching does. It makes a stream. And this little stream will water both sides. That side and that side. It's a good method to do if you have the time and if you have the strength. Sometimes, you know, we don't have the strength to do it, but look. I just ran the hose in there. I'm gonna turn it off in a minute, but look at that stream. That's watering those plants. Once I learned something and it works, well, I don't listen to other people. If I know that something works for me, I just go ahead and do it. I may try what you say to see if it's better, but most of the time it's not. If you have something that's working for you on your land, that does not mean that it's going to work on somebody else's land. You do what you do. If this was a sandy loam, hilling may not work for that because that's the sand will just fall off. But this is clay. Clay sticks together like clay. Once you put it there, most likely it's going to stay there unless there's a heavy rain or you water it super hard, like with the hose that has that shooting hose. Clay stays together. So you got to learn your environment. Every environment is different. And let me take this out of here. I don't like sitting it in the keeping it sitting in that water. All right, so we're gonna put a little bit of fish emulsion in here. More than I wanted to. Put a push in there. And we're gonna go over here to our, woo, this thing is heavy. Maybe I'll put it on my oranges. They haven't gotten fed in a while. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give them, let me look at them. They're turning yellow. I'm gonna give it to them. I give it to them instead because these jokers, I'm so proud of them. What are they? What kind of oranges were they? Hamlin sweet oranges. And they gave me oranges the first. This is not even year 1. So, you know, buying from the big box store is not a bad thing, huh? Let me go ahead and give some water to them or some fertilizer to them. Move, girl. I had a little bit left over. What's going on with this orange? Oh, it's split. I'm gonna leave it there. Let me move you over so you see what I'm doing. Turn around. All right. There's tomatoes here and there's a couple along here. So I'm just gonna give them a little bit. Little bit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Philomena, come here. Them bees are gonna sting you up, or me. Jesus, she got them all in a ruckus. Let me show you what's happening. She was right next to the, Lord have mercy. I gotta put a electric fence around this thing. Got them all upset. You see them? They're coming out here too. I gotta move. They're all over. Look at them, they're swarming. They're starting to swarm because she's dark. They don't know if she's a bear or not. Look at that cute face. She wouldn't hurt a fly. But that bee will sting both of us up. Let's go, girl. You didn't know what you were doing. Let's go. I'm going to fix her. I am going to put up a solar electric netting around there because, shoot, she going to get all bit up or she going to get me bit up, which is worse. I don't like pain. Do you? I've been bit on my nose and your nose endings. Even that hurt. It bit me through my suit. I don't have a suit on right now. Let's go, girl. back is all dirty. I put some spot treatment on her, and apparently it itches because she's rolling on her back. Move out my way. Troublemaker. You don't know what you just did. They keep going over in that corner. I don't know if it's the smell. I don't know what it is, but she keeps going over there. And she hardly ever goes over there before. Now, all of a sudden, she's interested in that corner. I'm gonna put up some electric netting. I'm gonna fix her little butt. She goes, zzz. She won't go over there again. After a couple of zaps, she'll avoid that corner with a vengeance. She will not go over there. I've been double shocked before, and those jokers hurt. She deserve it. Hopefully, she don't get tangled up in it though. I don't know. I ain't gonna get zapped. I've been zapped before because of an animal. Anyway, that's another story. So now that I've talked about zapping my dog, not myself though. Look at my shirt. I've been wiping my face off because I was super, super shiny. So we got all of the cauliflower in. I'll show it in the credits. I think the next thing we're gonna do is gonna be the Swiss chard. The Swiss chard is in a little cup, and it needs to get out of there, and the cucumbers. As soon as I figure out where I'm gonna put the cucumbers, that is the thing. Cucumbers like sunshine. I think the best the cucumbers has done has been over there in the jungle, the one that I tarped over. Maybe I'll move one of those tarps and replant the cucumbers there. I might do that. Just wait, just don't want to have to. I just want to water one area. One. I don't want to be all over the place. Watering this stuff takes me about an hour. About an hour to hand water it. Excluding that garden, because that garden I use the sprinkler. I'm talking about the trees and the individual places. So I'm trying to reduce the amount of work I have to do for my garden. So the cucumbers, I'll figure out where I'm going to put those, because I don't have I need sun for the cucumbers. They do better. They definitely do better with, 2 o'clock sun. That's where they were last time. I got more there than I got over here for the morning sun. So that's one of the things I realized. When you grow your stuff, you realize different things. Little things like scraping your nails on some soap so that you don't have dirt under your nails like I do right now. So it's very peaceful out here. I am so happy with the progress that is happening. It's almost time to pull up those sweet potatoes. They have not died back here. But on the other side, they're not doing so well, so we might dig those up. Although those were planted after these. These, they ain't turning yellow yet. They're like, I ain't ready. I'm not ready. When I was digging in the cauliflower, the first row, I hit some sweet potatoes. I ate them last night. I was not going to get rid of them. But they were not sweet. So they're not ready. But shoot, waste not, want not. Have, don't want, and want, don't have. Anyway, I think I've talked enough. I thank you guys for being with me today. Go ahead and plant your stuff. I plant from seed because it's less expensive. All those seeds right there, I'd say that all of those seeds and the soil cost me under $5 in material. This in seeds and soil included. I don't buy the big old fancy bag of soil. I buy local dirt / compost that they make here in the Austin area, and it works for me. It is not consistent though, so don't quote me. There's 2 of them that I buy, and both of them they work pretty well, with the exception of I've never used the Dollar Tree stuff because I didn't hear very good things about it. I've never used that because I thought, sometimes the cheap it can become expensive. You got a little 1 pound or 2 pound bag of garden soil from the Dollar Tree for $1.25, but if you go to the big box store and buy one of the less known brands of potting soil, pound for pound is less money. So watch that. Just because it's $1.25 for that little itty bitty bag, because I looked at it and I was like, that's too much money for that. $1.25 for that? No. I'm gonna go to the big box store and get I don't know how big those bags are. They're 25, 30 pounds, maybe 50 pound bags of soil. And they don't cost much. And when you add it up pound for pound, that big bag is gonna always be cheaper than those little small bags. And the bigger bags work. So it's up to you. If you want to go and do Dollar Tree, that's fine. I buy a lot of Dollar Tree stuff. I buy Dollar Tree seeds, but that soil, I don't touch that. Nope. Anyway, this is Jamaica with Jamaica Life. I thank you guys for being with me. I hope you all have a bountiful, get your words straight, girl. Clear your throat. I hope you have a bountiful fall harvest. Plant your stuff, and if you can, plant it from seeds, because I believe y'all getting price gouge, yo, people buying seedlings, unless you got a hookup or you got a nursery that sells them for cheap, super cheap. But man, planting from seeds is way cheaper, even if you buy the expensive soil. This is Jamaica with Jamaica Life. I thank you guys for being with me, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.